them get a foothold for it this morning. Everything went very, very smoothly. There was no crying, no kids falling, no misplacement in the lines. Everyone got their costumes on, switched it. So shout out to the entire faculty up there at Rock Creek.
Yeah, they're the greatest.
And
not that the other, schools don't have tremendous administrators and all the things, but we got a special place in our heart for the folks at Rock Creek.
Let me ask you this. Were you the type of dad, especially with your first, like dropping them off to kindergarten? Were you the kind of dad that you were excited for them, or did it secretly crush you?
It was a little bit tough. I had a little bit of what is it, Uncle Jesse or whatever from Full House. One of the uncles or one of the dads or whatever gets a little bit where it's a little tough. The first one for me was definitely the toughest. The rest of them, it's like, you don't even miss a beat. I think the first of everything is a little bit tough.
You don't strike me as a guy who gets teary-eyed very much.
No,
but
not usually.
Yeah, but I wonder when that final one rolls around.
Yeah.
Dude, I would. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with you. That kind of, it gets you.
No, I mean, I hear you, and I agree. I mean, I didn't really even think about Juliana being a high schooler until we literally started the show and started talking about it. But, yeah, that's a big deal.
It is. Yeah.
I am not looking forward to the day where they're all, and we talked about this the other day as well, once they graduate, or once they're 18, you've already spent 80% of the time with them that you will ever spend with them in your entire life as a parent.
Yeah.
That's devastating.
It is. It's in a way where it's like for both people who haven't experienced it yet and the people who have and didn't notice.
Yeah.
But let us know in the Hall of Furniture Facebook stream. How are you feeling with graduations going on? Are you a faculty member? Are you a parent, a teacher? How are you feeling this afternoon? If you've got some Jamotions, let us know. It is Where's the Beef Wednesday on the morning show, so you're perfectly welcome to get some beef out this afternoon. Therapy Thursdays tomorrow. If you need some help with that, let us know on Thursday. I imagine some parents definitely need it. So let us know on the Hall of Furniture Facebook stream. This afternoon, we're just jumping around a few topics, just being a little silly. We're not taking anything too seriously this afternoon. One in particular that I did want to jump into this afternoon is people who refuse to read instructions. And I was curious about this one specifically with you, Joe Abraham.
Yeah. What kind of person do you think that I am? Do you think I'm a anti-instructions? Do you think I'm like they're there if you need them? Or do you think I'm like a follow them to the T?
My guess for you would be you open the box, you see the instructions, you don't throw them away, but you're like, I could figure it out. You know what I mean? And then so you try and figure it out. And if you need the instructions, you still got them.
Right.
So what? Am I close?
No.
Really?
So this may surprise you. I am a follow them to the T kind of guy.
What?
Yeah. I am a follow the instructions to the T kind of guy. I may go through the instructions and yell at them and get frustrated with them and this is so stupid and all the things. But I like to know at least the first time around that I'm putting something together or building something out, how it's supposed to go. Now, I may along the way or once it's all together discover ways that I can make Joe improvements.
Joe improvement.
But yeah, with everything like Legos and other things like that. In fact, Legos drive me insane. I am not a creative, like just dump a bunch of Legos out on the box and create something kind of guy.
Sure.
If it was up to me, I would have a tube of the Craggle, and I would literally like glue them together.
What?
Yeah, I want to create them the way that they're supposed to be, and I want them to live there. To me, they're like decorative pieces.
Sure.
Once they're created.
All right. Interesting. Mom did jump in saying Juliana is going to do great. Thanks, Mom. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I agree. I'm the kind of guy where I'm like, should be too high, you know, and then you end up with like 2 or 3 extra screws that you don't know what they go to, so you throw them away. 3 years later, it just collapses under the weight, and you're like, this thing sucks. It's the desk's fault. Or we'll be like,
threw away like the linchpin and the entire thing.
Oh yeah. in more than one occasion has like something broken, and Tori just kind of gives me that look, and I'm like, listen,
Yeah.
this is not on me. Clearly, it's a defective product. I know
have
stuff.
I have a tendency to break things before they're even finally put together. Like I'll be turning the wrench, I'll turn it too hard.
We just got a birthday today.
Yeah. Who do we get?
Happy birthday to Loretta Cavender.
Well, happy birthday, Miss Loretta.
Happy birthday.
So speaking of birthdays, I noticed. I think it was yesterday. Grayson Baggett's birthday. We didn't even mention it.
Yeah, it was Grayson's Baggett's birthday.
We got to do a better job of mentioning the student athletes' birthdays on the shows. We do a good job of mentioning them online, but I don't ever like think to mention. I have this calendar sitting right here, folks, and it's got all the days. Which, by the way, today, World Autoimmune Day. Arthritis Day, and Reduce Your Lawn Day.
Reduce your lawn?
Yeah, don't know.
Like trim a lawn?
I don't know.
Okay.
Tomorrow's Strawberries and Cream Day. I like strawberries and cream.
I do not. I don't get that flavor combination. I don't like cream in general. In as far as a flavor goes. Okay, with everyone.
I do. I like this. So like cream soda, like that.
No, that's exactly
strawberries
what I was
and cream,
talking about.
like that. Yeah, any kind of the cream.
I don't want your nasty milk soda. Okay, like all these places are doing those dirty sodas now.
Yeah. Oh man, the Mountain Dew, the Dirty Dew. Mind blown.
It's one of the worst drinks I've ever had in my life.
No.
Like I had that, and I was like, "This is
Incorrect.
gonna be good," and it just wasn't. The closest I can get is like cherry and vanilla together, like in a Dr. Pepper or something.
Right.
That's about as close as I can get. But that cream soda crap, no, you get lost. Okay. I don't even like root beer floats. Okay.
Do you like root beer?
I love root beer. I love
root beer. I was always the kid at the table that ordered the root beer.
Yeah, root beer is good. And you know what? I've become a snob. I really have. Where
What's
like
your favorite kind of root beer?
Stewart's.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so Stewart's, for those of you who are uninitiated, that is the one where if you go to Cracker Barrel and you ask for a root beer, they don't give it to you in an ice glass. They give it to you by the bottle. And they used to do frosted mugs, which they don't do anymore.
Yeah.
And that
they
for
suck.
me, you know how
that's because they suck now.
Yeah, like you know that how everyone had a meltdown during the reconstruction and rebranding.
Yeah.
That was me when they said we don't have frosted mugs anymore.
Yeah, and we talked about this on the morning show. It's like they ruin all the good things, you know, all the things from your childhood, the Pizza Hut and the Book It Club and the McDonald's and all the things that are good. They take them away, and I don't know why. To me, it's lazy. You figured out, you convince people, you know what? Cracker Barrel has a standard. And we're going to convince people of our standard. We're going to get them to come in and pay for the standard, and then we're going to rip the standard rug right out from under them.
Exactly.
Next thing you know, the biscuits are going to suck.
Oh, dude, if they change the biscuits, dog, I'm not going back.
They're going to try and start pinching pennies here and there.
I tell you what is funny,
shrinkflation or something.
What's funny is that they kind of already did, because now there's like less biscuits, and they don't have the cornbread either, and automatically got to ask for it, you know.
Jeez.
And if you want more, you got to ask for more. You know what I mean? So they're already pulling some stuff. Now I get it, cost covered. I get it. But I'm saying I'm not cool. Don't mess with my bread. Here's my thing though, is I forgot what it was.
Here's my thing. I forgot what it was.
I had it, and then when you brought up the bread thing, I got so heated that it literally burnt it out of my... Oh, yeah. Okay. So you were talking about this morning the Pizza Hut classic locations, right? That tycoon who's a genius going back and adding those. Man, you know what is so funny about the Cracker Barrels? Anytime I'm out and about and I have time to go to a Cracker Barrel, I go for the sole reason because I want to see how far did they get into their redesign before they had to go backwards, because our closest one, the partitions are still like half of them are still white and still like they've got like the big like gaps in them and everything, and like all of like the old farm tools and pictures are gone, and they turned it into the farmhouse thing. Now thankfully they are rolling that back, you know, adding some more of that old school stuff back.
Yeah.
But it is more than hilarious to me to see them to see that. And I know it's probably not. It's probably unkind to take pleasure in that, but it is funny. Watching watching a corpo squirm.
Yeah,
I enjoy that.
No, it felt like they took what's the girl from HGTV that became really famous? It felt like the white oleander woman or whatever. It felt like they took her and had her redesign Cracker Barrel.
Yeah,
nobody asked for you to change my barrel.
You know that. Like that millennial farmhouse minimalism design?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it felt like they were going for,
Yeah.
and boy, did that backfire. Which is, we talk about this. I would argue that Cracker Barrel redesign thing was almost just as dumb as that Budweiser thing that they pulled.
Yeah, I think that it's important to note that people can make a change, Chewy, and we can make a difference. We, as a society, put our foot down, and we said, no. This is where we draw the line. Do not mess with my Cracker Barrel. You can update the simulation. You can add aliens. You can change McDonald's. You can eliminate Pizza Hut's, heritage from the world. But once you start messing with the Cracker Barrel, we will revolt.
Doug Garrett just jumped in and said, "What's up, gentlemen?" Shout out to Doug Garrett. How are you this afternoon, brother? Thank you for hopping in. Anyway. Spreckens of which, it is time for a break. We're going to hit this. Be back with more Unleashed, presented by our friends over there at Burrell's Termite and Pest Control. Stay tuned after these messages.
Athletics teach more than wins and losses. Substance misuse can undermine performance, health, and long-term goals. That's why prevention matters in sports and in life. The Franklin County Prevention Coalition partners with schools, coaches, and families to promote healthy choices among student athletes. Because when teams support one another, we are stronger together. And when young leaders compete with clear minds and healthy bodies, they're truly stronger without it. Learn more at fcpctn.org. This project is funded under a grant contract with the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services.
Spring is in the air, and so are fresh new savings at Furniture Merchandise Outlet, FMO, right here in Tullahoma. Ready to refresh your space? From living rooms and bedrooms to dining sets and mattresses, FMO has the styles you want at prices you'll love. No long waits, no sticker shock. Just take it home today. Visit them at 105 North Jackson Street in Tullahoma or browse anytime at fmotn.com. Furniture Merchandise Outlet, where spring cleaning turns into a spring upgrade.
This is Joe Abraham inviting you to join us every Thankful Thursday on the starting lineup. Chewy and I sit down with Winchester Mayor Sean Crabtree, look ahead to a huge weekend in sports, and take a moment to share what we're thankful for. It's a positive way to roll into the weekend. A little gratitude, a little sports talk, and plenty of fun. Don't miss Thankful Thursday every Thursday morning on the starting lineup.
Game on, Winchester. Good Game Arcade on the Square is your go-to spot for non-stop fun. Play on custom arcade machines packed with all of the classics and latest hits. Challenge your friends on modern consoles or dive into epic board games. Need a power-up? Grab some delicious food and an ice-cold beer while you play. Whether you're an old-school Pixel Pro or a next-gen champ, Good Game Arcade is where the fun never ends. Press start and begin your adventure today at Good Game Arcade.
This is Unleashed with Chewy, powered by Burrell's Termite and Pest Control on ESPN Radio 1340, 1069, WCDT, Winchester.
Welcome back. ESPN Radio Winchester 1340 1069's Unleashed, presented by our friends over there at Burrell's Termite and Pest Control. Jump in with us on the Hall Furniture Facebook stream this afternoon, just like Mom has. She was agreeing with Doug Garrett's gentleman in quotes, and she says that may be a bit of a stretch. So we're catching strays this afternoon, Joe Abraham.
I mean, they're not lying.
If you got more strays, let us know. Hall Furniture Facebook stream. All right, Joe, I got an interesting one here for you. Joe, you've been privy to hearing how this show goes sometimes, and we like to jump segment to segment. So for this one, universal rankings of gas station food. Okay? And now this is an important one. I'll tell you why, okay? All the time, people talk about, especially on radio shows, videos, or whatever, it's like, oh, best place to get a burger, best steak in your town, or what's your favorite fast food place? No.
Yeah.
Tell me, what is it from gas stations that you crave, that you don't crave because it's necessarily the highest quality or it does X, Y, or Z, but it hits exactly the way you want to hit it every single time? I've got an answer for this. I don't know if you have one, but let us know in the Hall Furniture Facebook stream. What's your go-to gas station food?
All right, so here's my problem with gas station food. I don't get food cooked at a gas station.
Really?
Period. It is against my core beliefs.
Okay.
Right. So people, though, that I know, that I have respect for, very much so believe that, like, the gas station chicken is the best chicken, or whatever the case. And that may be true, but it was still cooked at a gas station, and I can't get over the fact that it was cooked at a gas station. It does not... It's not going to happen.
It doesn't compute.
It doesn't, no. It doesn't register. So, if I go to gas station food, it is, like, prepackaged, like the candy.
Like combos,
Yeah.
Slim Jims, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I will say my go-to drinks are, if it's still early in the morning, I'll go for a Yoo-Hoo. Right, because it's kind of like a breakfast drink.
Doug Garrett said one would expect to catch strays while one wears a Raiders hat. It's biblical.
Y'all don't make fun of me when I wear my Browns hat. I'm supporting Fernando and stuff. I don't know. It's black. I like black. They do have the like coolest uniforms in football.
Yeah. So Yoo-Hoo, though.
Yoo-Hoo.
Why?
Because I like it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I didn't know if you were like, it's got the right macros or something.
No,
and you've,
no.
Like, developed
has nothing to do with that.
Is it just chocolate milk?
No, it's like chocolate water. I don't even know what's in it.
It's like a chocolate mucus.
Yeah, it's Yoo-Hoo is weird. It's one of those weird things. It's got a unique and distinct flavor, but I love it, and it's tremendous. So we'll go with Yoo-Hoo if it's early. If it's between like 11 a.m. to, let's say, 5 p.m.-ish. Actually, no, not 5 p.m. Maybe like 3 p.m.-ish. I will go with like a cream soda, something like that, or a root beer. Which, by the way, you didn't ask me, but my favorite root beer, my favorite...
Oh, sorry, my bad.
My favorite root beer that's like is Mug. Okay.
Yeah, I do like a mug, especially a fountain mug.
Yeah, because it's got like that rooty... I don't like the Barks... There's this type. I don't like that. I like the Culvers. I don't know how to describe flavors. I'm kind of like
sure.
How you are with colors. I am with flavors, maybe. But no, there's like I don't like it to be. I don't know. I feel like in describing it, I would say rooty. I would like it to be very much more rooty.
You like the sassafras flavor more than
Don't know
the
what
sugar.
that means, but yeah.
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 This is sassafras root.
Okay.
That's the flavor.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you like that sort of more traditional, sort of bittery sort of flavor.
Yeah.
I see. I'm 100% in agreement with you.
Yeah.
Because I'm the kind of guy where I'll get a root beer and some licorice. Like, I'm that old school.
Okay.
Yeah. Like
I don't like black licorice. I do like Twizzlers.
Love black licorice.
Love
it.
So, but I do like it. So, where was I going? Oh, so that's if it's like midday.
Sure.
Okay. Now, if it's getting late or I'm tired, that's when I'll lean into the Monster.
Oh no, you don't do that to yourself, do you?
I try not to anymore because I just do pre-workout. But man,
I just do pre-workout.
I got on a Monster kick. Now, here's the thing about Monster energy drinks is they're very much like it's kind of like drugs. And what I mean is the more Monsters you drink, the less effect it has. And so like, you need to take more Monsters. You need to drink more. So you know how when you go into the gas station and they've got like the little normal Monster and then they've got like the bigger Monster and then they've got the one that's in like a nuclear container that looks like it would last you a week.
Yeah.
I got to the point where I could drink like the big one and be like good.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, the whole thing, and I figured that was probably not good for me.
So, did you have a history of kidney stones at one point?
I did.
Okay, so I wonder where that came from.
You know, I haven't had one since I stopped drinking Monster Energy.
Weird how that happens.
Yeah.
What color were you? Were you a regular Monster guy?
Regular.
Really?
Yeah.
You would raw dog a Monster dog?
The OG.
Golly.
And it all started back in the day. When I was in college, I worked at a bunch of restaurants as a server. Putting in that work.
Sure.
And I started getting into energy drinks with Red Bull. Now I was never like addicted, but I came in one day and was exhausted and just like dragging. And the girl behind the bar, she was like, "Oh, just slam a Red Bull." So I hit one and I was like, "Okay, yeah, this got me through." And it just kind of, there was a period in time. It was a dark period in my life. Okay.
Yeah.
That I was just slamming the regular OG Monsters. It's like they were going out of style.
Now, I don't drink Monster, but I have tried the white one and the pink one. I like both of those. And it was one of those things where I tasted it and I'm like, oh, that's kind of good. And I was like, not doing that again.
Yeah.
Now, back in the day, my vice wasn't Monster. It was actually Amp.
Okay.
I liked, especially like a purple Amp back in the day, that Mountain Dew sort of twang.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I have no use for any of the other colors. I don't, and I've tried a bunch of them. None of them taste good to me. But I got to the point where I was literally craving that green nuclear monster juice.
So it wasn't even a tool. Like your body was like, hey, let's go get some more of that.
Even just thinking about it now, talking about it now.
Are you kidding me?
I'm a little Jones in a little bit. I'm telling you, dude, it's bad. Listen to me. Don't do it.
All right. Well, don't do any energy. Tori's got an issue with energy drinks too.
Yeah.
Now, I have seen her like take down like a freaking 2-story latte and be like just normal. But you give that girl half a swig of Monster and she turns into one. You know what I mean? Like wound up. And I don't know what it is about energy drinks in general have never been able to bother me very much.
Yeah.
And we've tried it with this pre-work. I haven't tried this new one.
Yeah.
But your old one, we tried it and it didn't do anything to me.
Most of the ones that I get are pretty low in caffeine. Like this one right here, it's got two different versions of caffeine. It says 206 milligrams total, but it's like 169 of one type and 37 milligrams of the other type. I try and keep them around that like 150 to 200 at most, because if I go over the 200, it makes me feel jittery.
Doug Garrett said, I did some time in the server business before being moved to bartender. Amy and I were the opening crew at an Applebee's in Tullahoma back in 1995. Really?
The OGBs.
Wow, okay. I did not know that.
Yeah.
My guy brother works up there doing that stuff.
I always, you consider being working at a restaurant, being a bartender is like the coolest job.
Oh, yeah. I think so. I mean, even if it's at like a fast food like place or something like that, I think it's the best place to be. I'm so sorry. Yeah, 100%, dude. Especially like at an Applebee's because it'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
Like with those $1 margaritas. Did you hear about that one time? I never took advantage of that. I thought about it, never did it. But you want to go do some one? Would you do $1 margaritas with me?
Probably.
Put a $10 bill on the table and just say mess this up.
I mean, it seems like a bad idea. Sure, let's do it. No, it's kind of like, I don't know. You anything that you get into, right? You're like, oh man, someday it's like the pinnacle. Like I'm gonna get to be the. You start out and you work behind the little desk. You're too young to actually be a server, and you like seat people, and then you move up and you're like, oh yeah, I'm a server. Nobody ever dreams of being like the cook. I don't think in the back.
I guess unless you're like a chef kind of thing.
Even a manager. Like I never was like, oh man, I want to be the manager. To me, it was always like, you know who the coolest guy in this whole building is?
This guy tossing spirits.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I'm on board with that. Rick was a bartender too.
Of course he was. He's freaking cool.
Yeah.
Anybody that you know that's cool was probably a bartender at some point.
I gotta go be a bartender.
Right.
Like I feel like that's what I should be moonlighting as a bartender at night, just for the to aura farm.
I know.
Yeah. You're right. Well, my problem is I get beard hairs and all the shots. You know, it costs extra.
Yeah. I don't think it would be so cool for you to be like have a hairnet over your beard.
Right, yeah. I get in there, I kind of look like a lunch lady.
Yeah.
You know, I've got an apron on and some gloves. I'm too afraid to touch all the different kinds of foods that I have to put in there.
I just imagine the lunch lady with a beard hairnet now.
Dude, I'd be the best lunch lady.
You would. The kids love you already.
Yeah, see? I'd be like, look at that.
Well, if I ever have to fire you from here, at least you know.
You know where I'm going. You know. I don't know. I don't think they would hire me as that back there because I'd be eating half of it half the time. You know.
Everybody gets peanut butter sandwiches every day.
I'll be the peanut butter sandwich guy, and they're like, that's not how this works. And it's like, yeah, but it's how I operate. You know. All right. Well. Gonna jump into another break here. Be back with more Unleashed, presented by our friends over there at Burl's Termite and Pest Control. Stay tuned after these messages.
Hey, it's Chewy, and if you've got pests, you need the folks that I trust. Burl's Termite and Pest Control. They're right here in the heart of Estill Springs at 101 North Main Street, taking care of everything from termites and ants to spiders and those little critters that love sneaking into your home. Burl's is family-owned, they're local, and they've been protecting homes around here for years. So don't wait, swing by or check them out over there online at burlstermite.com. Burl's Termite and Pest Control. They'll treat you right and treat your home even better.
Looking for a reliable car at an affordable price? Stop by Money Down Motors here in Deckard. We specialize in quality pre-owned vehicles with low down payments and flexible financing options. No matter your credit history, drive away today with a car you'll love and a payment plan that works for you. Visit us at 1945 Deckard Boulevard or call 931-962-3404 for more info. At Money Down Motors LLC, your ride is waiting.
Unlock the equity in your home with a home equity line of credit from First Vision Bank. Make repairs or upgrades on your home, consolidate debt, or use your flexible HELOC for large purchases. You'll have flexibility to access the cash in your home's equity whenever you need it. Plus, you'll enjoy competitive rates and the trusted hometown service you'd expect from First Vision Bank. Contact First Vision Bank today to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS number 490528. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
This is ESPN Radio Winchester, where Franklin County comes to life. From local news and athletics to everything in between, we're proud to bring you the stories that matter right here at home. And it's all made possible by local businesses connecting with real people in our community every single day. When you support them, you support our local coverage. Over 75 years of Franklin County heritage. Want your business to be a part of it? Contact WCDT today. ESPN Radio Winchester. Franklin County plays here.
This is Unleashed with Chewy, powered by Burl's Termite and Pest Control on ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
Welcome back. ESPN Radio Winchester 1340 1069. I am joined in here with Joe Abraham, and we've got another guest in here this afternoon. That's right. If you go sit up here, Jack, you're going to be talking. Right? All right. You ready?
I can join?
Yeah, you can. Nice. You can join.
Oh, boy. If you're, now you've done it.
Yeah. If you're going to sit up here, we're going to talk, all right? So,
all right.
Why don't you introduce yourself for everybody out there, yeah?
Okay.
Go ahead. Tell me your name.
Yeah.
I'm Jack.
Jack, what have you been doing this year?
I don't even know.
All right. What have you been doing in football this year, Jack? I've been hearing you've been messing up.
Hitting kids.
First off, that's the best way to describe that. But secondly, I've heard you've got a mean tackle out there, son.
Yeah.
Your dad's pretty proud of you.
Don't look at me.
Yeah. So you've talked about it quite a bit. What Jack has been doing up there on the football field.
No, I'm not gonna glaze. I'm not gonna glaze him while he's
What
here.
does he need to work on? That's what I want to know.
A lot.
Oh,
his
okay.
feet, his footwork. Hey, how many awards did you get at school? Did you get any awards? No awards?
Yes.
You did?
Oh, what'd you get?
Yes.
What award did you get?
AB honor.
Oh, okay. AB honor was pretty good.
They don't do a lot of awards. There wasn't like 15 awards.
Yeah.
The top awards you could get was probably like 6.
Oh, okay. Same at like
Yeah.
Rock Creek. Like
And
the tops
half-
is like 2 or 3.
Yeah, half of them were for like stuff that you had to like sign up for and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Joey somehow got 15 awards. We talked about it this morning.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
I thought it was like 8.
I never got 15.
15 awards.
I didn't know you
Smart.
could do that.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That's a clear.
He
Doug,
just accidentally got entered on every list.
yeah. Doug Garrett jumped back in talking about his time over there at Applebee's with Amy, and he says, watching me tend the bar is what made her fall in love with me. And here we are, 30 years later.
See?
Wow.
See? Doug Garrett, cool guy, tended bar.
What are you going to do, Jack? After all the school is said and done, you going to go pro? Like, is that what you're going after?
Yeah, I'm gonna go pro.
Really? Interesting. You got a long-term plan for that?
He wants to get paid to hit people.
Yes.
Dude, isn't
That'd
that
be
every man's
awesome.
dream? You know, every man's dream. Who do you have a team in mind?
Don't say the
You don't
Browns.
have to say the Browns.
Yeah, don't
You-
say the Browns. Any other team but the Browns.
They suck, but they're cool.
Yeah, maybe he can make them better. I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah, maybe turn that whole thing around.
If Myles Garrett can't do it, I don't see anybody doing it.
So you've been enjoying football? Sounds like you are.
Yes, it's very cool.
Okay, all right. Do you play any other sports?
Yes.
What sports do you play?
Tennis.
How's that treating you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Do you like it? But like comparatively, do you like it very much?
Yeah, it's pretty fun when I win.
When you
When
sound like your dad.
Yeah, when I suck, I'm just like, I don't like this.
Okay, so tell him what happened when. Did I ever tell a story about when we played tennis?
Maybe I don't remember.
Oh
No?
man, Jack and I played tennis, and then I played G. I don't know if I ever told the story.
Go for it.
Jack, what happened when you and I played tennis? What'd you learn? Come on
I'm
now.
not doing
Take
that
time.
again.
No, you're not
Said
doing
I'm not
that
doing
again.
that.
It was 3-6, I think.
Oh,
Well,
Lord.
yeah, from the loser standpoint, but from my perspective, it was 6'3".
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is how tall you are, by the way. If
Yeah,
anyone knows. Curious.
almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just rounding up. What'd you learn about the way that the old man plays tennis, though?
Get out of the way when he serves.
Oh, dang, dude.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Don't mess.
Well, hold on. You didn't say anything about what happened with G's game. Was it the same story?
I think she got beat worse.
I don't
I
want
think it
to.
was 6-2.
I don't want to
Okay.
embarrass anybody.
Okay. All right. That was my question.
I'll embarrass. Oh, she came in here.
Yeah.
I'll embarrass him. I don't
Okay.
want to embarrass her.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. See, because Joe Abraham, listen, he wants me to go play golf. Now, have you ever played golf before?
Yes.
How do you like that? You got a mean golf swing?
No.
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 See, I want to know if I've got one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Like-
do think that like the centrifugal force of your arms.
I've got so much reach. Like,
Yeah.
I can go like all the way around. That arc, could
Yeah.
you imagine?
You're flexible. All
Yeah.
the things.
Yeah, I'm
As long as you make contact.
oh,
Because
right.
I have also seen you try and hit a punching bag.
We go bring that up. All right, Dennis. We're talking about all right. Catch the strays this afternoon. I did miss. What happened? No, I didn't miss. It was like I
You like tripped.
yeah, like tripped
and-
and nicked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like 2.
Yeah.
And then right after Andrews was like 700 something.
He hit it like he tripped and he barely touched it with his knuckle, and the thing went and it kind of like came back.
Yeah, it goes like that, and I was like, great. Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad everybody saw that.
Imagine if like your 2-year-old daughter punched it. Yeah,
Wow.
That's basically kind of the result.
Let us know in the Hall of Furniture Facebook stream. How hard does your 2-year-old daughter hit stuff? Probably.
Or your 4-year-old son.
Or
depending.
your 30-year-old coworker who has no hand-eye coordination. Oh dear. All right. Well, Jack, thank you for hopping in this afternoon, my friend. I appreciate you. I won't harass you anymore. Okay. But I appreciate you for showing up. Small town stuff. Listen, I wanted to talk about something that happened to me recently.
Yeah.
So this morning we complained about some deer being dead on the road.
Bro.
And yeah.
I didn't even get into the whole deer problem that I had, which we could get into that later if you want, but go ahead.
So our backyard, our pool is
Yeah.
not functional. But
Right.
there's still some water in there,
You
right?
have a pool?
We got to get that straightened out.
Did you hear Jack as soon as I
That's
said-
what I'm saying.
That's
Pool
cool.
party at Chewy's house.
Dude, if the pool was open, I would just leave that back gate
What-
open for you guys.
What do we got to do to fix your pool?
A lot.
Miss Gretchen, why aren't we fixing the pool?
We got to dig up the concrete.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like that
Yeah.
kind of.
It's like 4 feet under
Is
the
it
concrete.
in ground?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, but right now it's a frog sanctuary.
Yeah.
Which we're all excited for.
Yeah.
My dad loves the frogs, but the other day freaking goose was in the backyard. I kept hearing my dog barking and then like angry barks. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's weird. You know, because like German Shepherds are jumpy. But I go in that backyard, and she is chasing a goose, and it's got goslings.
Oh, snap.
Little baby geese are running around that backyard. And I'm not going to say exactly what happened to some of the geese, but
did it get someone?
Dude, that goose messed that dog up so bad. So, yeah, and I kept yelling, bah, 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 like angry barking. And I'm like, because you know when your dog's outside and it's barking, you're like, you wait, you give it a second. The few angry barks, someone's walking past something.
Yeah.
I get outside and I hear that and I'm like, okay, well, now I have to get up.
Yeah.
You know? So I walk all the way across the house downstairs, go outside. Yeah. And I get outside and I look back and I see this, what can only be described as a cobra chicken. And he had his arms up like this. And it was going, and that poor dog.
Do that move again?
I want y'all to see how much of a bully your dad's. Okay? That's what it is. I'm never mean to joke. But anyway. But yeah, she messed up my dog, and that got me thinking, like, why would some animals have that level of confidence? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where it comes like geese in particular. I've been bitten by a goose, but like last night, Chihuahua.
When? Who gets bit by a goose?
Okay, so
how do you get bit by a goose?
Do you have to get rabies shot?
No, we did go to the doctor though. So what happened was I was playing soccer. I told you about this, where we were the Power Rangers, but we couldn't.
You were
call
being
it.
a dinosaur.
Well, this was after the game, and
okay.
there were some geese that were next to the lake, and me and my friends were chasing the geese, and my mom said, "But don't you chase that goose?" And then she said it exactly like that. If she's still listening, and I was like, "Listen, lady. I'm like 3 times the size of this goose, okay? Boy, was I wrong about how aggressive these geese were. I chased them once, and I got bit by that goose right in the butt, and it did not feel good. It did, and it beat up my friends, and my friend got flogged. I didn't know you
by
could,
a goose.
I didn't know you could get flogged by a goose, and he did. He got flogged by the goose. I got bit. Feathers were flying everywhere.
Have you ever seen the video of the guy who fights the kangaroo?
Yes. Okay.
He punches him right in the face.
What would you do for your dog? You know.
I mean, that's awesome.
I just love my.
That guy's my hero.
Yeah, my favorite part of is when he puts his dukes up.
Yeah.
You know, and then the kangaroo kind of. he was like, okay.
What are you gonna do?
He's like, and then he does it, and the kangaroo's like he knocks
stunned,
him, and he goes, oh, like that look that he's got. It's just, it was immaculate. But yeah, so a goose messed up my dog the other day, since we're on the topic of the animals, this morning I mentioned the fact that there are like chickens on North High Street. Has anyone? Okay, Jack, have you seen? You know what I'm talking about? Have you seen the chickens up there? Like every now and again, they'll be in somebody's front yard.
Yeah, our neighbor across the street, they used to go in their yard all the time.
I could never figure out whose chickens it was.
I don't know.
Because I've had a chicken on my front porch, like the Ring camera will go off, and it'll be like, it'll literally, like after it rains, it'll go off and eat all the worms on the sidewalk. And literally, we had a chicken at the front door one day pecking at worms on the sidewalk.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Speaking of, animals who don't know any better, specifically tiny dogs. Last night, I went out to the gas station, and there was a Chihuahua about the size of my hand.
Yeah.
And this is the cutest thing.
Like a little teacup.
Just adorable, right? And it had the big old puppy eyeballs. It didn't look like that gross alien kind of thing that they've got going on.
Okay.
Very proportional, very cute. I hop out that thing, and you would have thought I would have called his mother a real bad word.
Yeah.
I hopped out, and he didn't. He wanted to let me know that he was not interested in me being anywhere near his vehicle.
What is it with little yip yip dogs that do that and they lose their minds? It's like, what are you gonna do? Pee on me? What? I mean,
I'm 100. Yeah, and then so I took my bedtime medicine by that time, so I was halfway drowsing in and out of sleep in the cashier line, and I get outside, and he was in air jail. Okay, I don't know, and literally, the guy was holding him outside of the sunroof, and as soon as I get outside, that dog saw me and was like, "No," so he's barking across the parking lot.
So by air jail, you mean he's just holding him up in the air?
He was literally holding him up into the air. All right.
That's an interesting way to deal with your dog.
That's the end of my animal segment today. All right. Stay tuned with us on ESPN Radio Winchester's Unleashed, presented by our friends over there at Burl's Termite and Pest Control. Jump in with us on the Hall Furniture Facebook stream. Stay tuned after these messages.
Out with the cold, in with the comfort. Refresh your home with Hall Furniture in Winchester. From stylish living room sets to cozy recliners and dining pieces made for gathering, now's the perfect time to upgrade your space. Quality, comfort, and pieces you'll love coming home to. That's Hall Furniture. Visit them at 3131 Deckard Boulevard in Winchester or browse anytime at hallfurniture.com. Hall Furniture. Make your home feel brand new.
TC Simmons Insurance would like to congratulate the graduating seniors of Franklin County High School and Huntland High School, class of 2026. Life is full of unexpected turns, new opportunities, and big decisions. And today is the beginning of an exciting new chapter for each of you. As you move forward, stay confident, work hard, and never be afraid to bet on yourself. Your community is proud of what you've accomplished and excited for what's ahead. Congratulations from TC Simmons Insurance.
It's time for a local news break from the 931 Go News Center.
Travelers and pilots at Winchester Municipal Airport will notice temporary changes over the summer as a major terminal restoration project gets underway. Airport officials say the main terminal at Winchester Municipal Airport, identified as BGF, will be closed for approximately 2 months while renovations are completed. During that time, operations will move to a temporary office trailer located on the south ramp near the terminal building. Normal business hours will continue, but visitors should expect adjustments. The temporary trailer does not have running water or restroom facilities. Portable restrooms have been placed in front of the trailer and are clearly marked. Officials also stress that the main terminal, including the after-hours pilot lounge, will not be accessible at any time during construction. Anyone needing to access the temporary office is instructed to enter through the ramp gate and drive parallel to the terminal. Airport leadership also addressed the current runway notice. Runway 1836 remains open during daylight hours. However, an active NOTAM closes the runway from sunset to sunrise due to temporary runway lighting issues. Officials say the nighttime closure is a safety precaution while they work with a lighting specialist to restore the system. Pilots are encouraged to check NOTAMs regularly and may call the airport office at 931-967-3148 with questions. Meanwhile, Franklin County High School has been recognized by AP Access for All for its outstanding commitment to expanding advanced placement opportunities. AP courses are college-level classes offered in high school, allowing students to take rigorous coursework and potentially earn college credit by passing end-of-year exams. Through its partnership with AP Access for All and the Niswonger Foundation, Franklin County High School is working to ensure that a student's zip code does not limit academic opportunity. School leaders describe the AP program as a game changer for equity, flexibility, and long-term success. For more details on these stories and more, visit 931go.com. Stay informed and stay connected to your community with ESPN Radio Winchester.
This is Dale from Columbus, previously from the Paul Feinbaum Show.
Check in scissor hands. I'm the wrong guy to ask, but what's the secret to a good haircut?
A good haircut makes you feel confident. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you know, when you get that haircut, you're going to walk out that barbershop, you're going to look in the mirror, and you're going to be like, yeah, that's it. And you're going to tip the barber.
The Paul Feinbaum Show, weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and on the SEC Network.
Welcome back, ESPN Radio Winchester 1340 1069, presented by our friends over there at Burroughs Termite and Pest Control. All right, folks, we got a final segment here for this hour. I was curious, what is the most overrated fun, quote-unquote fun activity for you? Joey Rim, you said you had one. I've got a few here that I've always despised.
So one immediately popped into my head. It used to be fun when I was younger.
Sure.
And I did this here more as of late, and it was not fun anymore. In fact, it became debilitatingly painful.
Is this the... Go for it.
We have a trampoline in our backyard, and I haven't jumped on one now. It's been a couple of years, but the last time I jumped on one, my friggin' back hurt so bad.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm telling you, man, You just crossed that 30 threshold, but like you start trying to do stuff that you used to be able to do all the time. I used to be able to do a lot of fun things on a trampoline. I used to have a good time on a trampoline.
We joked about it when I went over that hill, but it's already hit me.
Yeah.
Last weekend, I went out with my friends. We had a couple beers.
Yeah.
I was like, because back in the day, 10, 12, we get up to 20 beers, and with a few of us,
Whoa,
dude,
yeah.
I had like 3,
Yeah.
and I was like, I need to go home and lay down. I
Yeah.
was like, I gotta call my wife.
Well, here's the thing: is you get done, and you, like, if you do that type of stuff, the next day, it used to not even affect you. The next day, you stay up too late, you go camping, you jump on a trampoline. You drink a couple of beers. The next day you wake up and you thought you'd about died.
I'm to the point now where like you wake up in the middle, like in the wrong position.
Yeah,
dude, I gotta go to the hospital.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Going to bed, like if I don't get to bed at like 12,
yeah,
it's over. Like I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like that next morning, it hits me like a bus. But
what
jumping
else
on
you
the
got on
trampoline-
your list?
Well, there's a few. Number one for me in particular is theme parks. I don't like a theme park anymore.
So I wouldn't like a theme park if it wasn't for my kids. We have gone to a couple of places, and I tell you what, I have so much fun. They probably don't have fun hanging out with me, but I have so much fun. Like last year, we went to Lake Winnipesaukee, I think is what it's called.
Sure.
And man, we had a lot of fun.
I see. Okay, that's a good point.
It forces them to hang out with me, though.
I haven't been to an amusement park with young people before.
Yeah.
I've never taken any nieces or nephews or
Yeah.
anybody like that. And so maybe that would change my mind. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to do a Lake Winnie trip.
That would
this
be
summer.
fun.
Like do the water park too and
You
everything.
know, they switched their advertising and stuff. I sent let me send her an email during the show here. I sent them an email. They switched their advertising the way that they do it. And the new woman, she sent me an email. I sent her one back, and I haven't heard back from her.
Well, usually we got tickets out there.
I know.
to go do stuff. Lake Winnie is. I remember going there a lot as a kid. Not a lot, but that was the place where we went.
Dude, that's where I want to go there. We had a lot of fun last year.
It's
or at least I thought
it's
we
very
did.
old school. But what I have noticed is like for me, like craft fairs and stuff, like the ones that we're like driving out to go and do things, like it's
Right.
getting to that point to where it's like the crowds and the noise and you know what I mean? Like I'm more exhausted than I am having fun.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, if I was like competing with a few people to go on like roller coasters and rides and stuff, it may change the deal. Like my poor old man, I don't know, if you got a pacemaker, you can't do any of that, the really wicked stuff, can you?
No, probably not.
See, that was his like shtick. When I was a kid, my dad was like this adrenaline junkie, which you wouldn't think he was because he's so calm and timid and relaxed.
Right.
But I was a tall kid. I grew up fast, so I was like 5'8", 5'9" when I was like in 4th grade. So I was able to go on all of the roller coasters and
Right.
water slides, whatever it was. And I just was not super interested in it. I would see like the giant roller coaster where people are like screaming over your head kind of thing. I was like, yeah, that's cool, but I'd rather go on this over here or that over there. My dad was like, actually, what we're doing is we're going on that roller coaster.
Right.
And I was like, well, you have fun on that roller coaster. That'd be great. And then he would just grab me by my wrist really, really hard. And he's like, come on. I'm like, nah, I'm not interested. And he was like, yeah, but you are interested. And we would go, and we went on every single violent, destructive, mind-bogglingly horrifying roller coaster as a child. And you know what he always told me before we'd get on? Because I'd have that like pit of anxiety. He would always say, you know what? You're going to love this when you're older. You're going to take your kids on this. But now I don't have any kids, and I still don't love the roller coasters.
Probably because your father tortured you.
I wasn't torture. Like I wasn't like crying, but like it definitely wasn't what I was going to the amusement park for. Like I feel like we were there for different reasons. But
yeah, he wanted to see you terrified, and you just wanted some cotton candy.
In hindsight, I think that might be what it is.
Yeah.
Because his favorite family photo is when he tricked my mom and William to get on it too. And there was a 4-seater ride, and it was one of the ones where your feet dangle.
Yeah.
Now, I was excited because, like, at this point, I was, like, 12, 13, 14. So,
Yeah.
by that time, your dad getting hyped up about a thing. And then there is a picture of my mom and William in the middle seats. And William
Just-
is screaming,
yeah.
I hate you. I hate you.
Losing
I
it.
hate you. And mom's, like, got the wide mouth. And my dad's face. he has this troll face, and he's like literally like holding on to it, and he looks like a giddy schoolboy, like because he's hearing these two die.
That's tremendous.
And I was like, oh, that's why you like doing this.
So it wasn't Lake Winnie that we went to last year. It was Beach Bend that we went to.
I remember that. Yeah, that's right. You did go to Beach
Water
Bend.
Park. And that's what was really cool about Beach Bend is Beach Bend's got the water park, and it's got like the amusement park.
I did not know about. I've never been to Beach Bend.
Oh yeah.
You ever been to Point Mallard?
No.
Point Mallard is that they've got that massive wave pool out there. That would be fun to do.
Beach Bend
during the
has
summer.
one of those.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
We spent a lot of time in a wave pool.
I was about to say, I mean, man, I think I said it on air that one time that like for one of my friend's birthday, I said we were going to smuggle in inflatable boats and pirate hats, and we were going to go on the wave pool and inflate them in the water.
That would be tremendous.
Well, we talked to a guy who works there, and he's like, we'll catch you.
Yeah.
And
we would throw you out.
Yeah.
Come on now. If we went out there and did a remote and did like a giant inflatable pirate ship, that would be tremendous.
Like Nerf gun, like flintlocks and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like they could use that as promotional material for ages.
Yeah, dude. I downloaded a schematic from my woodworking club. This guy found one for a $200 plywood sailboat that actually works, and he did it, and it works.
Oh.
And I'm like, I feel like I might need to make that for the lake.
Yeah,
you know. $200 in a couple weekends.
Chubert.
The SS Sinker. That'll be on my. That's how I die.
Man dies in lake.
Man dies in lake.
Self-built boat. I can see why if you didn't have young ones, it would be because now you're just hot, uncomfortable.
It's super expensive.
Yeah,
I don't want to eat anything.
I can see that though.
Yeah, like that's kind of where I'm at with theme parks. But again, maybe if I had some younger company, it would help, you know.
Well,
like,
if we go, we'll drag you along.
I tell you what, if y'all go and you have an extra seat,
oh yeah,
I'd be more than happy to tag along.
And you just have to make sure you bring your little neck fan thingy that hangs around and blows on your face.
Well, I got to trim the beard because last time we did that when we were at the Braves field,
getting caught in
it hurt so bad.
Yeah,
because it yank it. It doesn't cut it. It yanks because it grabs it on with the motor, and so it just pulls your beard hair out. And so you would say something, I would turn to you, and then just and I'd be like, ah. But anyway, jump in with us on the Hall Furniture Facebook stream. Let us know your thoughts as well. We're going to go take a break here. Be back at the top of the hour with more Unleashed, presented by our friends over there at Burrell's Termite and Pest Control. Stay tuned after these messages.
No two patients are alike. High Point Health with Ascension St. Thomas delivers care centered around your health, your goals, your story, your recovery. From routine checkups to critical procedures, we use today's medical technology and advanced clinical practices to help you feel better, recover faster, and return home to the community you love. We don't just specialize in care, we specialize in you. Learn more at highpointhealthsystem.com.
With the latest from around FCHS and Rebel Nation.
The Rebel Report, every weekday, presented by Oaklawn Baptist Church, right here on ESPN Radio Winchester.
Welcome back, Franklin County. I'm Lucas Stevens.
And I'm Laura Medina. Welcome back to the Rebel Report, your source for everything happening in Franklin County athletics and activities.
We begin with a look back at an incredible postseason run by the Franklin County Rebel baseball team.
The Rebels battled their way through the region tournament this past week and showed a ton of fight all the way to the very end. Unfortunately, their season came to a close Saturday after a heartbreaking 5-4 loss against Battle Creek.
Even though the season ended just one run short of advancing to the state sectionals, this team gave Rebel fans plenty to celebrate.
It has been quite some time since Franklin County baseball has made a postseason run quite like this one, and this group proved they can compete with anyone in the state.
Throughout the tournament, the Rebels showed resilience, toughness, and determination every single game. From big defensive plays to clutch hitting and strong pitching performances, Franklin County represented the community with pride.
One of the most exciting things about this season is that many key players are expected to return next year.
This postseason experience could become the foundation for an even bigger run next season. The Rebels now know what it takes to compete deep into the playoffs.
Now let's head over to track.
Our Franklin County track and field athletes who qualified for the state tournament are entering their final preparations before competing next week on May 21st.
These athletes will have the opportunity to compete at the University of Tennessee Track Complex in Knoxville against some of the best athletes in the state.
That's an incredible accomplishment and something our entire school can be proud of. We want to wish all of our athletes the best of luck as they close out their seasons and compete for a chance to land on the podium at this next state meet.
And while some seasons are ending, preparations for next year are already beginning.
Tryouts for several Franklin County athletic teams will take place next Thursday, which also happens to be the final day of school.
Different sports will hold tryouts throughout the day, so students interested in participating should be sure to check out with coaches and school announcements for the exact times and locations.
Summer workouts, camps, and off-season practices are just around the corner, and excitement is already building for another great year of Franklin County athletics.
We are looking forward to summer and a whole new season for everyone next year.
That's all for today's Rebel Report.
I'm Laura Medina.
And I'm Lucas Stevens. And as always, go Rebels.
Located at 108 Memorial Drive in Winchester, Oaklawn Baptist Church is a place where families grow, faith is strengthened, and students are encouraged to live with purpose, which is why we're proud to sponsor the Rebel Report. Our mission is simple: introduce people to Jesus and build strong families through God's Word. Join us this weekend for Sunday school at 10 and worship to follow at 11. Learn more online at oaklawnbaptistchurch.org.
From the 931 Go Sports Desk, it's time for the ESPN Radio Winchester Local Sports Report.
This is Joe Abraham with your local sports report. We start on the track where both North Middle and South Middle had athletes shine at the state meet in Knoxville. For the North Gators, it was a big day all around. Carly Butler finished third in the shot put with a personal record of 34 feet 7 inches. Dalton Brown placed sixth in the high jump at 5'2". Lorelei Mason took second in the high jump and set a school record at 5 feet even. Vivian Baggett was second in the 100-meter hurdles with a personal record and a school record of 16.24 seconds. The North 4x100 relay team of Kinley Ferguson, Vivian Baggett, Miracle Johnson, and Adrian Wilkerson finished fifth in 52.93. As a team, North girls finished fifth overall out of 50 teams. For South Middle, Sawyer Mays finished fifth in the boys AA shot put, and Kylie Johnson finished sixth in the AA girls discus. So a strong finish to the year for both middle school programs. Now to the Atlanta Braves. Atlanta still sits atop the National League East at 32-16, but the Braves were routed by the Marlins 12-0 on Monday. The big news, though, is that Ronald Acuna Jr. was activated and was expected to return to the lineup Tuesday after his recent injured list stint. And for the Vols, Tennessee baseball opens up SEC tournament play Tuesday night against South Carolina in Hoover, while Tennessee softball is headed to a fourth straight super regional after beating Virginia 5-1 on Sunday. The Lady Vols are also hosting that super regional in Knoxville. That's your local sports report on ESPN Radio Winchester.
You are now experiencing Unleashed with Chewy on ESPN Radio Winchester, presented by Burl's Termite and Pest Control. Please stand by for your regularly scheduled broadcast and enjoy the show.
Welcome back. ESPN Radio Winchester 1340 1069's Unleashed, presented by our friends over there at Burl's Termite and Pest Control. Jumping with us on the Hall Furniture Facebook stream this afternoon. If you've got anything to add to it, I wanted to talk about some things that have been bothering me here lately. Went to a restaurant the other day. Guys, the birthday singing thing. Who is that for?
Everybody else except for the person that the birthday is being sung for.
Right. And the most annoying thing at this point is when they have that stupid clacker. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I've about had it. And listen, I waste my money at restaurants. We all know this. So I go quite a bit.
Yeah.
You know, I like to go. It's a nice social atmosphere.
You're not going to call out the place that they did the clacker with?
No, because I like it.
I'm going to guess that it's Jefferson's.
I didn't say it was Jefferson's, okay?
Okay.
It's not what
I'm
I
just
said.
going to guess because that's the place that you always go to.
Letting everybody know where my hovel is.
Yeah.
Yes. But not specifically anybody. But in general, I'm about sick of it, especially with like the clapping and the yelling and the hooting.
What
and
song?
the
Do they
hollering.
sing Happy Birthday or do they sing
Sometimes.
like? Okay.
That's the other part that's really annoying is where they do they'll either do Happy Birthday or they'll do the Happy Birthday
On this your special day.
Yeah.
Hey, happy birthday. That's all we're here to say.
And
hey,
those poor kids. None of
told
them
you I
want
was
to
a
do
server,
this.
so
yeah. So you know.
Dude, I was like the ringleader of that gang.
They would get Joe every time someone had to bring a sombrero out.
Yeah.
Where did you work? What restaurant?
I worked at Buffalo Wild Wings for a little while. Got fired from there.
Wait,
so,
hold on,
it's one of the only jobs I've ever gotten fired from.
I've never been fired from a job.
B-dubs? Really?
So you about to? That's what you're about to say. You're gonna be like, you want to be? Yeah.
Right.
But Buffalo Wild Wings, as it goes, that's actually when you, as far as I understood, that was one of your favorite places.
I love Buffalo Wild Wings.
That surprises me because every server I ever talked to, anyone who's ever worked in a restaurant, they always despise the place that they used to work at.
No. B-dubs was cool. There were a couple restaurants that I worked at, and pretty much, I would say. So another one I worked at was Baumhauer's down in Alabama as well. That was at Tuscaloosa. I liked that. I liked Baumhauer's.
You like being a server?
Yeah, I for the most part, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but horror stories from servers.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
I always hear the bad parts.
No. I mean, there are bad parts, but it's pretty like low pressure, low anxiety. Aside from the fact that the first table that I ever served was a group of like 6 college students, and so I'm carrying the tray over with all the drinks. And I made the mistake of taking one off. I didn't like balance it correctly, and so I take the first one off, and the whole tray just dumps out. It was literally the first table I ever had as a server.
It's good to get that out of the way early.
Yeah, dumped it real early, first one. But the only frustrating thing that I used to like kind of get frustrated over was you'd work the same number of hours as the female servers, and they would make twice as much as you.
Yeah,
and that kind of frustrated me because it wasn't
pay gap.
Well, it wasn't about it wasn't about like quality of service or anything. It was
just yeah.
But I guess if I wanted to work at Chippendales, I could have made more money or something or whatever. I don't know.
So speaking of that, though, like let me ask you this: do you now overcompensate, like as far as like tipping and like servers go? Yeah. Because like I've gotten to the point where like I feel like anytime an order's wrong, I don't even say anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I'm like I just don't want to bother the poor kid. You know, they all look super exhausted and like deathly tired, and I feel like they've probably been yelled at all day. So like even when my order's wrong, I'm like, no, I just don't say anything.
As long as they are trying, I think that what frustrates me is when they're just not very good at their job. And what I mean by that is if you go back and forth to the kitchen and you need something, somebody asks you for a thing of ranch or whatever the case is, and you walk by your tables and you know that you need to get a couple of drinks, do it all at once. That way you're saving yourself trips. The thing that costs the most time is literally walking back and forth to the kitchen. And so if I see you as a server, quote unquote, in the weeds because you don't know how to manage your time and your effort, that part of it kind of frustrates me.
I get that. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I've noticed like, and I've never even been a server, and I do notice. I'm glad that like that rhetoric is sort of like people are paying attention to it a little bit more.
Right.
Because like I've heard people who get very. Man, have you ever had the secondhand anxiety of someone being rude to a server for like no reason?
My father's kind of like that at times where he makes me uncomfortable the way that he talks to people. But other times I also do find it funny, and that may be an age thing. Like I might be getting there. One time we go through the drive-through and we we go to Kentucky Fried Chicken, the KFC. And I don't have KFC a lot. It's one of those places that I love KFC, but they don't advertise enough for them to be on my mind all the time. But every time I go there, I really like KFC. So we go through KFC, and I'm excited because now I'm like drooling at the thought of Kentucky Fried Chicken. And we pull in, and he's like, hey, this is what I want, and they're like, well, we're out of chicken right now
at KFC.
And that's what his response was. He's like, why are you even open then?
Yeah.
Your Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
what is your purpose right now? Like, and this poor kid is probably like 18, 20 years old or whatever on the other end of the intercom.
He's just relaying what he heard.
Yeah. And he's like, no, we're out of chicken. And it wasn't it wasn't late. It wasn't early.
It's like 11, 12 in the afternoon or something.
No, it was like dinner time. It was like 5 o'clock.
Oh, so
something
the time
like that.
everyone
it was
starts rolling around.
Yeah. And it wasn't like, hey, we're cooking chicken. It's going to be 10 minutes. It was, we're out of chicken. And I've always made the joke, you go to a restaurant and you order a burger and it's like, oh man, what'd they have to do? Go kill the cow? Or go to what would they have to do? Go kill the chicken?
Mm-hmm.
You make that joke. That's the first time that I've ever actually had that be the issue.
Yeah, that's a really weird and specific issue.
Yeah. Out of chicken.
That'd be like, hey, Domino's, I'm ready for some pizza. Nah,
Yeah.
Don't got it. And you're just like, excuse me?
Right.
And you're like, well, then what are we doing here?
We're out of cheese.
Yeah. Just close this. That would be interesting. We should ask Kyle about that.
Yeah.
I would be interested to be like, when things happen like that, what do you do? Like, is there a protocol to shut down?
I think Kyle's a professional enough.
He probably didn't happen
to not have that issue.
It's a good point. Yeah.
We're out of dough. No,
yeah.
I mean, I don't see that necessarily happening, but it was pretty funny seeing his response.
Yeah. What are you open for? Yeah. Here's another one. Gender reveal parties / explosions. Now, have you ever been to a gender reveal party?
No, I don't associate people who do stuff like that.
I have been invited to multiple gender reveal parties, and every single time I was always busy. I don't get it. I don't know what we're doing here. That's a second baby shower that I didn't ask for. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm not going. And it's not fun. It's not like you guys go there and you're gonna like drink and watch movies and order some pizza. It's always like very. It's like you know what I mean? Like it's always like it's all uptight and everything, like
right.
that kind of thing.
Now
baby shower,
you gotta dress like it's Easter or something
right?
Like
it's
that.
like, why do I have to wear a collared shirt? Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing?
Do I wear blue? Do I wear pink? I don't want to show support one way or the other.
Exactly.
Don't want to offend somebody. Susie may get mad that I want it to be a boy because boys are cool and you can have Nerf guns with boys, and she wants to have tea parties. But sorry, Susie, I'm wearing a blue tie.
I love how this is the anxiety that goes through your mind during the gender reveal party. He's like, listen, I'm going with the blue tie. I don't care.
Which is why I just don't associate with people like that. I'm sorry. If you have a gender reveal party, we can't be friends because why would you put me in that kind of situation?
Well, here's my thing. Is like, why? I just, you know what I mean? Post it on Facebook and then let me tell you congratulations.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be excited either way.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't care.
Not my kid.
Yeah. Like, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Let us rejoice in this new life that you have created.
Right.
Why do we have to gather on a Monday afternoon in the middle of the summer and sweat in your backyard?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can't do it. I'm not. That's not about me.
Right.
Here you go. Baby showers, but with the competitive games.
Okay. Furthermore, baby showers are not something that I attend.
You're not a baby shower.
Not a baby shower kind of guy.
Okay.
In fact, again, goes against my core beliefs.
Okay.
I believe that the baby shower and some of those types of showery things, if that's not for the guy, don't make the guy. You know what guys have to do? Anything other than the baby shower.
That would be kind of neat. What if they did like a bachelorette and bachelor's baby shower kind of thing?
Well, what they do now here in the modern day and age is the guys will get together and they'll go out in the garage and they'll watch the game, or they'll do some other kind of get together. You know what guys want to do? Not hang out. Like we don't. If we wanted to hang out, we would just be like, "Hey, bro, you want to go hang out?" Yeah. Okay. We don't get together and be like, "Hey, we all have to get together for this party because your wife wants to give my wife diapers and onesies."
Sure.
So we're forced to hang out on this day, even though you're a Titans fan and I'm a Browns fan and I want to watch the Browns game. You want to watch the Titans game and you get to choose because it's your house. So I guess I'm going to miss the Browns game because, little Susie, who we found out that it was a girl 6 months ago at your gender reveal party, which also screwed up, my Sunday 6 months ago, now needs pink onesies. honestly,
It's not not your vibe.
I'll meet your kid when they're here. Congratulations. I'm sending my wife with the diapers. And if you don't like me and that's toxic masculinity, I'm sorry. I'm okay with that because, to me, masculinity is not defined by women. Masculinity, to me, is defined by men. You know how I decide whether a guy's more manly than me? Is if I think he can kick my ass. That's how I define masculinity. And I don't gain masculinity points by going to baby showers.
Okay. I actually disagree. I enjoy a baby shower every now and again.
Yeah.
Because I like the look on their faces.
Okay.
It's because you're with your friends,
Yeah.
and you see that panic in their eyes where it sets in, where they realize there's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where like they all realize this is the last time we're hanging out like
Right.
this. You know what I mean? Because the rest of those times, like I'll see you again, but it'll be at a soccer game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'll be that kind of thing.
Katie has a standard, like a baby shower gift. And
Really?
Yeah. She does the diapers, but she does she'll do like a bottle of wine or a bottle of champagne or something like that.
That's a smart move.
And people always look at her like she's crazy. Like, I can't drink. I'm breastfeeding. I'm pregnant. I'm going to have a kid. Like, why are you giving me alcohol? And it's like, no, you save this
Right. Yeah.
for when you finally have those restrictions like lifted.
Right.
And
So
you pop the cork in celebration.
that's kind
Get
of
hammered.
That's a genius pro. That's like a pro move because she's like saying, save this for
Yeah.
a year,
Right.
basically.
Yeah.
When you're done and have some fun. That's actually quite a thoughtful gift.
Yeah.
She's not.
She's not giving it to you to christen the baby crib.
Right.
I mean, thanks for breaking glass on my kids' play.
Picking glass on the carpet for a year. Yeah. My dad. Oh man, my poor dad. So we're not allowed. Speaking of that, we're not allowed to have styrofoam like packing peanuts.
Oh.
And it was something I did as a kid.
Way to go. Way to ruin the fun for the rest of us.
Yeah, so he thought it would be cute to let me play in a box of packing peanuts when I was a toddler.
Oh, boy.
And I was like, I enjoy these packing peanuts. So I was stuffing my pockets full of these packing peanuts for the next 7 years. He was finding packing peanuts in the house, in the carpet, behind couches.
I thought you were going to say you like choked on and almost died on a packing peanut, which I was going to start leaving packing peanuts around the office to haunt you.
Ooh, piece of cake.
What if you had a weird fear of packing peanuts because of an event like that?
And then you would be like leaving them around on purpose.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that battery came in, and
Yeah.
you're just leaving some packing peanuts around for me.
That's the kind of jerk that I am, which I'm okay with.
It makes it interesting.
Yeah.
There actually is a kind of edible packing peanut.
Right, I heard about that. They're
so-
made of like rice or something.
So it turns out you have to order those. It's
Oh.
not just random.
They don't just come normally.
Ask me how I know that. So for years I was just like, well, is this one of them? You know, and I would take a bite out of it, and it wasn't until like way later that
Yeah.
I asked my dad about it. I was like, hey, quick question. Those packing peanuts that are edible. He goes, oh yeah, aren't those cool?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. I'll be honest with you, old man. I haven't found one yet. And he goes, oh yeah, of course you haven't. You have to like custom order those. And I was like, oh, so they don't like it's not just random like off Amazon and stuff like that. And he goes, no. Why would they do that? And
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, well, I thought it was like. And he goes, well, how'd you know they weren't edible? And I was like, well, you know, you have in the environment you have to try it. And he goes, you've been eating packing peanuts for how many years now? I was like, I haven't been consuming the packing peanuts. I've been
Right.
biting
them.
the packing peanuts
Yeah.
and then determining whether or not they are edible or not. But yeah, so that was. If you're ever curious as to what's wrong with me, so.
I'm sure that the chemicals that they make packing peanuts are totally fine.
Oh, dude, absolutely. It's totally not meltable, burnable plastic.
Right.
Doug Garrett says, this is funny. As soon as you said my poor dad, he walked in through the door here while I was listening to y'all. Mom and Dad say hello. Really? Oh, well, all right. Well, shout out to Doug Garrett serving Mom and Dad up there at Russell Barnett.
All right.
Listen to that. Shout out to Doug Garrett. Tell them I said hello. But yeah, tell him about the packing peanut thing, Doug Garrett. He may be interested in that. We're going to take a break here. Be back with some more after these messages. Stay tuned. ESPN Radio Winchester 1340 1069's Unleashed, presented by our friends over there at Burl's Termite. and pest control.
Dr. Susan J. Laws at the Eye Care Center proudly congratulates the graduating seniors of Franklin County and Huntland High Schools, class of 2026. Today marks a major milestone and the beginning of an exciting new chapter. Your hard work, determination, and focus have brought you to this moment. So, as you look ahead, keep your vision clear and your goals in sight. Your community is proud of you and cheering you on. Congratulations from Dr. Susan J. Laws.
Hey, it's Chewy, and if you've got pests, you need the folks that I trust. Burrow's Termite and Pest Control. They're right here in the heart of Estill Springs at 101 North Main Street, taking care of everything from termites and ants to spiders and those little critters that love sneaking into your home. Burrow's is family-owned, they're local, and they've been protecting homes around here for years. So don't wait, swing by or check them out over there online at burrowstermite.com. Burrow's Termite and Pest Control. They'll treat you right and treat your home even better.
Why choose More Courtney Funeral Home? Well, they're a fifth-generation funeral home taking care of the people of Franklin County since 1905. They're committed to serving you, dedicated to providing personalized, professional, and compassionate service to help lighten your burden and help you out during these difficult times. More Courtney Funeral Home, 300 First Avenue Northwest in Winchester, 967-2222. More Courtney Funeral Home.
Got a project to tackle or a party to plan? Skip the stress and rent it instead at Reliable Rental in Winchester. From tools and heavy-duty machines to chairs, tables, and event essentials, they've got what you need to get the job done right. Whether it's work or a weekend celebration, Reliable Rental makes it easy. Stop by 2433 Deckard Boulevard in Winchester or check out everything they offer online at reliablerentalfc.com. Reliable Rental. When you need it, they've got it.
Break. Oh, man. I almost... Hold on. Let me restart. Unleashed. Presented by our friends over there at Burroughs Termite and Pest Control. Jump in
I feel
with
bad
us.
for you. You do so many shows. Me, I just have to worry about the one.
It is... like I'll be like, sponsored by Burroughs Termite. You know what I mean? Like in morning and afternoon. That's that juggle.
I told you, one time my father sat down at the dinner table to pray over dinner. And he was like, welcome back into the Tom Abraham show. He's like, wait, that's not right.
Yeah, totally. Okay, I understand that 100%.
Yeah.
Andrew jumped in with us this afternoon, and then Doug Garrett, in all caps, said, New Tahoe incoming.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Hey,
all right, then.
If they want to run that old one, just run that old one up the street up here. We'll take it.
Yeah, don't drop it
I'm not
off
sure
too
if they're dropping off the Death Star. What are they? Are they getting something new?
I have no idea. I didn't even know they were going to be up there today.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe they're interested.
We'll see.
Actually, you know what I do want? And Doug is the guy. Doug's going to make it happen for me. When the day comes, I am going to Doug, and I am getting a black truck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I am getting back in a GMC.
I love Doug Garrett, but the day that I have to go to Doug to replace my Suburban will be a sad day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not because of Doug. I'd want Doug to help me handle that. But
Right.
That's going to be a tough day.
Yeah.
I am emotionally connected to that car.
Well, I mean, we can park it in the front, and you could visit it.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. Like, paint it.
Put it out here, and you can. I mean, you pretty much live out of it anyway.
It is kind of like Theseus's ship at this point. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to tell what's the original parts anymore.
That right front quarter panel looks really nice.
It looks real good.
Looks
don't
brand
it?
new.
Yeah, there's no scratches on that side of the car at all. Jump in with us on the Hall Furniture Facebook stream this afternoon. What are your favorite vehicles? Let us know. Doug, tell me if if you make a sale. I'm interested. Just for my own sanity. I had some questions about this something though. In particular, what are some things that like we all just collectively all decided is going to be a part of society, but nobody likes? In particular, I've got one that has always irked me.
Okay.
Kale. Never once.
What is kale? Isn't it just seaweed? Or is it grass?
I don't know what it is.
Or is
it's
it
just
leaves?
green. It's just green. That's all it is.
I don't know if I eat anything with kale in it.
Well, here's the thing: is I one time was eating this one. I forget if it was like a dip or it was like Alabama firecrackers or something, where it had this. She had this like dip, and it was like really runny and vinegary, really good. And she leans over and she says, "I snuck some kale in there," and I almost left. And because like, have you tried any of the kale stuff on purpose before?
Okay, so the only thing that I think that I've ever eaten with kale in it is zuppa Toscana, which is like my favorite soup of all time. It's like an Italian style. You can get it at you can actually get it at the Olive Garden. That's the only time I think I've ever eaten kale in my life. Zuppa Toscana. Don't ask me what it means.
Okay.
It's
It sounds
Italian.
like Tuscany soup.
Probably.
And it's got kale in it, but you can't taste the kale, I guess. So what's the
No,
point
I
of putting it in there?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just part of it.
Here's another one: escape rooms. I have never had an escape room that I enjoy.
Yeah, here, let me lock you in prison for the next hour. See if you can get out.
You done an escape room before?
No.
They're not fun whenever you are subject to everyone else's slow moving minds.
Man, you and I should do an escape room and see how long it takes us to get out.
Okay, because no, I don't want to do an escape room with you. You're my best friend, okay? I don't want to get in that escape room and walk out being like, I don't like this guy. You know what I mean?
One of two things is going to happen. Either Chewy and I would get in an escape room and we would absolutely
smoke it.
One of us would get murdered, or we would be out in 10 minutes. Because you and I both think out of the box and we're pretty creative.
Yeah.
I could see us, but that may be the problem, is that I may be thinking that we're better than we are.
Right. Here's the other thing. Is your brain going to go this direction and my brain going to go this direction?
Right.
What happens when we're both locked in a room like that
Yeah.
and it's 30 minutes and there's no air conditioning? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Like, that was the part that got me, where we did it in a mall and it was literally just plywood walls, so you could hear the other people and everything.
Yeah.
And so I was listening for clues from other people because I got so frustrated.
Do they have one up in Tullahoma?
I think they do.
There's one around here somewhere. You and I need to do that.
I wouldn't mind doing the axe, because I think it's connected to that axe throwing
axe
thing.
throwing place. Yeah.
So I am curious. Maybe if we got a couple people, but if me and you did it,
I want to do it just you and I.
we need a game plan though. Like
'Cause
we
I
need
want-
to be
yeah.
like, if we disagree, how are we going to deal with this? Because I don't want to be.
We could get a whole week's worth of show out of you and I
man,
locked in a room
just
together.
filming us doing that. Andrew jumping in this afternoon. Good afternoon, Andrew. I don't know. I feel like the last time I did it, it was annoying because everything was a committee. You know what I mean? Where you're like, I think the clue means this, and then you had to make sure that everyone else collectively agreed. That's where the clue may or may not be.
Yeah.
And then how your brain works also depends on what it is, because you have to remember it's an escape room. It's designed to be easy enough for you to figure out how to get out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's no reason for you to be like lifting up the desk and checking in between the, like the panel lines and
Right.
so like, because that was my first thing, was like, okay, get a screwdriver, let's unlock the electrical sockets. They're hiding a key behind there.
Right.
And they were like, my dad was like, why would they do that in an escape room? And I was like, good point.
I've never done one before, so
I'm sure it can be fun. The one
Yeah.
that I went on sort of poisoned it for me.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, you get a wild heroin day. I think that would be kind of fun if me and you did that one
we should do
weekend. Here's another one. Backyard fireworks. I think you'll agree with me on this one. I'm kind of over it. There's a day, there's a time and a place. You have 12 hours.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of like what we talked about, people driving up and down the street. I forgot about it, but we live on a street where there is one or two people, and I don't know what their problem is and why they want to blow crap up so much. There is something wrong with these people, because they, for last year, 4th of July came, and they were blowing stuff up, Chewy, a week beforehand, and 2-3 weeks later, they were still blowing stuff up.
Yeah.
It was like they got their hands on, they took all their tax return money and went and blew it all on stuff you can blow up.
Like those little, and it was those little M80s.
Yeah.
Like that's what, yeah. And it was so, the shockwave from those things, because they're so small that you don't think it'd be annoying, every time at like 2 or 3 in the morning. You know, you get that, you jump up in the middle of the night with the bed. And I remember, I remember us coming to work independently, ready to come and complain about it.
Yeah.
And you were like, man, there's this guy on the street. And I was sitting there, I was like, the guy going off with the fireworks.
Yeah.
You know? So I wonder about that. But yeah, fireworks, I don't know. I'm honestly to the point now where I like to go watch fireworks.
Yeah.
I'm not really interested in playing with them anymore.
I don't even like to watch fireworks.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't care. I don't care.
You're just like, oh.
And we participate in all the fireworks things, and maybe that's part of the reason why is I've been at so many different fireworks things. But even to that point, like, people enjoy them, right? You celebrate the 4th of July. You look up at the sky. Things blow up. They're sparkly. They're pretty. All the things. I literally could not care less.
I'm not a fan of it.
It's a personal thing.
I think you're right. I think that might be why, because we do it every single time, and it's like I don't know.
Now, it doesn't mean I don't love celebrating America and the freedom and the 4th of July and all that type of stuff. I just, seeing them blow up in the sky and the sparkles and the doesn't do nothing for me anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm on agreement. When it comes to 4th of July, I want, sports, grills, outside,
right,
having the kids run around in the backyard, Kool-Aid, like that kind of thing. The fireworks.
It's too bad you don't have a pool.
Right, dude. If we had that pool, I would let you. I would literally put a lock on there and give your kids that key. Like, that would be so much fun. But anyway, maybe this summer, we'll see. We can get that. We'll see. Well, I guess that sort of depends on if they got that Tahoe or not.
Doug, it's either the Tahoe or the pool. What are we doing?
It's up to you, Doug. Here's another one. Charcuterie boards.
Yeah.
They suck. I don't like a charcuterie board. If you have one at your little get-together, you're not doing anything for me. Well, you little crappy little cheeses and meats, okay? You just deconstructed a cheese cracker, and now I have to go put it back together? Well, you arrange it nice. All of a sudden, it's all
I like
beautiful.
charcuterie.
No.
I love
Why?
So my father, he's always, like, on certain holidays, he'll cut up, and he calls them the fine meats and cheeses. And he'll go to the store, and he'll get some smoked Gouda is my favorite cheese in the world, smoked Gouda. I could hammer a block of smoked Gouda right now.
I have a theory about smoked Gouda.
Okay.
And I want to know your opinion on this. Burgers. How do you like your burgers? Do you like a smash burger? Do you like a thick burger?
I like a smash burger.
Okay. So, like,
I do not like thick burgers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, interesting then.
Okay.
Now, I have heard that people actually think a grill top burger is actually better than a grilled top burger, like a flame broiled burger.
Right.
Now, here's the thing. People who like that charry, smoky flavor, do you think you could make a cheeseburger where instead of American cheese, you use a slice of smoked Gouda on top of it, or maybe in between two patties, to recreate that smoky flavor, but still give you the experience of a cheeseburger with your patties? Do you think that'd be a good idea?
Yeah. I mean, I've kind of done it before. I wouldn't say it completely replaces it, but it's just a different. And we've talked about this before. I don't like putting sauce on any of that type of stuff, and so I appreciate a flame grilled burger for the way that it is cooked and tastes, the same way that I appreciate the smash burger and the way that it is cooked and it tastes.
I see. Yeah.
I prefer the thinner smash burger style, but I don't know. Like, I really like Five Guys, but I also really like Steak and Shake.
Sure.
They're just different.
Steak and Shake fries slap. Yeah. Every time I get a chance to go Steak and Shake, I get their fries.
Yeah, Steak and Shake.
They use that beef
general.
tallow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can tell. Like, there is a difference.
What do we got to do to get a Steak and Shake here in town?
Ooh, man.
Or a Culver's? Oh,
I haven't never been to Culver's.
Culver's has, speaking of the root beer, we mentioned the mug, but Culver's has some badass root beer.
Really?
Yeah.
What does Culver's do? Are they like an Americana joint?
Yeah, they do burgers. They do like soft serve ice cream. They do root beer.
Is it like a Whataburger kind of? Or is it closer to a Five Guys?
No, I wouldn't really say it's. I would say maybe kind of like a Whataburger, but it's better.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Now, see, I like a Whataburger too. I'm surprised with the charcuterie board. I'm actually surprised at your dad. I didn't think that'd be his style, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, he doesn't sound like he buys like the pre-bought ones though.
Like the pre-cut ones? No,
Yeah, like
he
where you,
buys
like,
it.
buy it in the thing?
No. He makes his own assembly. He'll go and he'll buy like a big old summer sausage and this and that and the smoked Gouda and a bunch of different types of cheeses, blocks of cheeses, and he actually cuts the cheeses and stuff like that and the meats.
Now, does your dad do that thing where he never cooks except he's got that one thing that he does really well?
Yeah.
What is it?
He doesn't cook except for like 3 times a year.
Right.
He does the turkey at Thanksgiving. He'll come down. He'll throw Jimmy Buffett on at like 7 o'clock in the morning and start working on the turkey. He thinks he's like a connoisseur of the turkey. He's okay. He does the turkey. He at one point in time, him and my ma, they were on the outs. They kind of separated when I was like 7. He got really good at hamburger helper. I remember another time he got really good at shepherd's pie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But these days, I don't know, bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich.
Sure. My dad
Breakfast.
has a particular skill.
Yeah.
With frozen foods.
Particular set of skills.
Yes. Well, yeah, that too. No, his is a little more dark. I asked him, I was like, how hard would it be to like hack the United States government? And
right.
He dead serious looked at me, not even joking, be like, well, I'd want a challenge. You know what I mean? And he said that in a way that it was so dismissive, and he didn't look at me. He didn't do the like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Afterwards, and there was just dead silence after that, and I was like,
yeah, he kind of like
crap.
slightly ignored you.
Yeah, he was like, nah, I'd want to do something that's like a challenge. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he pulled that one. That's about as close as my dad has this particular set of skills.
Jeez.
But his actually isn't a specific food item. It is just frozen foods in general.
Right.
And what I learned is he has no concept of how to cook. So he follows the instructions to a T.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like down to the degree, it's not like, because, when you get someone who cooks a lot, they're like, yeah, I preheated the oven to this. It doesn't need that. You know what I mean?
Right,
Where they have
right.
that.
That's how my mom is.
Yeah, where they're like, and they're usually not wrong.
Right.
But man, my dad can make a frozen pizza taste so much better than anybody else's I've ever had. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Tori, but his are so much better than yours. It really is.
And all he does is follow the instructions.
And I'm like, because I remember every time Dad would do it, it was like an event for me. I'd be like, Dad, do you think you could like cook me a pizza? And every now and again, he'd be like, yeah, I guess so, And dude, when I did, I was so hyped because I knew that this pizza was going to be restaurant quality. It was like,
it's kind of like there's the meme video where the kid comes downstairs and he's like, Dad, I'm hungry. Is Mom making dinner? And he's like, Mom's out of town. We're having nachos.
Yeah.
And he's like sprinkling the cheese. And the kid's like, yes, I love you.
Yes, this is the 100% exactly what is going on here.
Oh, man,
but
that's funny.
And listen, he's not even just good at the oven. Microwave, toaster oven, air fryer. Homeboy could cook anything that's frozen and make it immaculate. And then here's the other thing. He's thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
So when he would do the pizza rolls, you know what he would do? He would have a plate for the microwave.
Right.
But then he would have a separate plate that had paper towels on it.
Okay.
So he would take them out of the microwave, put them on the paper towels to soak up the extra grease so they don't get soggy, and put it in a bowl after they cooled down. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, dude, he's an artist. You know what I mean? You're making pizza rolls. Like, what is Wolfgang Puck? You know? And I remember, so I'm like 12 years old being like, what did you do to these? These are the best pizza rolls I've ever had. You know? And so he's like, and then my poor daddy's so humble. He's like, I didn't really do anything different. He goes, I just followed the instructions, and that's how I figured out how you're supposed to preheat an oven. I just saw my mom do it. Like, I didn't know how she would do it, so I just sort of mimicked her.
Right.
Tossing a pizza in. I didn't know how long you're supposed to preheat, And so Mom hit the preheat button, and she waited a certain amount of time. So I hit the preheat button and waited a certain amount of time. No, it turns out you're supposed to wait for like 20, 30 minutes.
Right, till it like beeps at you
Sure.
like it's ready to go. That's funny. I don't know. I think that the kids and Katie, I think that they think that I'm a pretty good cook. I don't. So every once in a while, I'll get a wild hair and feel like I want to cook. And I'll concoct some weird sauce that is unreplicable. I'll make it up on the fly. This one time, I don't even know what I put in it, but I created a sauce that made the pasta taste like pepperoni pizza. It tasted like pepper, and I don't know what they.
And you can't recreate it.
I don't even know what I put in it.
Oh.
I have no idea. It was cool. It was awesome.
Tastes good.
It tastes good. Everybody, and that's the other thing is Katie gets so mad because I have the palate of like a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
And so I can cook for like the 10-year-olds.
Sure.
And when I cook versus when she goes all out. She'll spend 4 hours in the kitchen making Sunday dinner, and it comes and I love it. But the kids are like, oh man, there's like vegetables and stuff in this.
Oh,
what are we dealing with here? And me, I'll spend like 20 minutes in the kitchen. There'll be like splatters all over the place. And by the way that the kids eat it, you'd think, and they celebrate me as they're eating. They're talking about how good it is, basically like rubbing it in her face.
Is this just a universal mom thing?
I'm like, it's glorified mac and cheese what I made right here, and
like, you relax, okay?
Yeah. tell your why don't you tell your mom you enjoy when she cooks for you, okay? Jeez. Probably. It might just be something to do with dad's cooking.
Well, thankfully, I've actually lucked out. Like, Tori is also a very excellent cook. My mom is a very excellent cook.
Yeah.
Like, I got lucky. I like, how they say, you can miss just as much as you hit. Like for me, it was banger after banger after banger. You know how I knew like I loved Tori was I was like, listen, I want you to make me some. She was like, do you want me to cook you anything? It was like Mother's Day or something.
Right.
And she's like, hey, I'm going to the grocery store. Do you want anything? And I was like, this is gonna be a weird request. Can you do cornbread? And she was like, oh yeah, sure. And I was like, no. Can you do cornbread but make it in a cast iron pan? And do you know what she says to me? How else are you supposed to do it? Dog, I almost got on a knee right there. And I was like, oh, so you do want me to marry you? Is that what we're doing here? And you know what? Excellent.
Yeah.
I mean, she just knocked it out of the park. I love her cornbread. Now, it's not my mom's cornbread.
I've heard about her cornbread. I've heard about her sourdough bread.
Her sourdough.
I've tasted some of her dessert stuffs, and
her desserts
it's pretty tremendous.
Lady just knows what to do in the kitchen.
Listen,
it's just immaculate.
I need a loaf. Okay, I can hammer a loaf. I need that woman. I need her to supply me with a loaf.
Well, her coworkers now, or her boss, like also does it. So she gets all of like the sourdough knowledge from her, like all the mistakes. She's just skipping them and going like straight to the finish line.
Straight to expert.
It's so good. And,
loaf maker.
Yes, and the smell of the house after you cook some bread, especially sourdough bread. Yeah. I mean, I wish I could get that in a candle.
Sourdough is my favorite. Like the most versatile type of bread.
Yes, and it goes well with a sandwich. It goes well with it. Honestly, when the first time she did it, we had it in the oven. We pulled it out.
Right.
The worst part was waiting for it to rest because it's like a steak. You have to like let it rest. Because if you don't, it'll mess it up.
Yeah. You're probably sitting there getting mad at each other, like fighting about stupid stuff that doesn't matter, all because you're angry. You just want the bread.
But that first slice where you get it open and you crack open that shell, it's like that crispy, almost shell, and then that steam comes up, assaults senses just perfectly, just immaculate.
You talk about bread like I talk about football.
Yeah.
I can see it in your eyes, my friend.
So you understand that.
I do.
You have
I do.
Like literally, like if my mom and Tori together, they used to do the things on like Halloween where they'd get together and do like all the treats and all that stuff. Those two could own a restaurant and it would be like the best restaurant in town. Seriously, cannot say enough about that. But anyway, jumping with us, All Furniture Facebook stream. What do you like to eat? Is your significant other also good at making stuff? Maybe your mom's the best. Who knows? Tune in with us right here on Unleashed, presented by our friends over there at Burroughs Termite and Pest Control. Jump in with us after these messages. Stay tuned.
No two patients are alike. High Point Health with Ascension St. Thomas delivers care centered around your health, your goals, your story, your recovery. From routine checkups to critical procedures, we use today's medical technology and advanced clinical practices to help you feel better, recover faster, and return home to the community you love. We don't just specialize in care, we specialize in you. Learn more at highpointhealthsystem.com.
From the 931 Go Weather Center, it's time for an ESPN Radio Winchester weather update, presented by Pennett's Pharmacy.
Tonight's going to be partly cloudy with a low of 59 after a high of 80 this afternoon, being bright and sunny. But that wind is going to be in here nice and calm, 5 miles per hour tonight. Stay tuned with us on ESPN Radio Winchester 1340 1069 for all of your pleasant weather updates.
Looking for more than just prescriptions? Bennett's Pharmacy in Winchester has it all. Grab a bite from our menu, browse our boutique for one-of-a-kind finds, and sip on a Bloody Marty that's worth talking about, all in one stop. Located at 1201 Dinah Shore Boulevard, Bennett's Pharmacy is your unexpected destination for great food, fun shopping, and so much more. Call us at 931-967-2777 or come see what everyone's raving about.
ESPN Radio Winchester, 1340-1069. Jump in with us on Unleashed, presented by our friends over there at Burroughs Termite and Pest Control. Oh, dear, folks. It has been a rather long day out here at ESPN Radio Winchester. Joe, I had a question for you. What franchise, if a genie came down and said, you're now the creative director for it, what would be your franchise that you would choose to do service? You have an unlimited budget, unlimited creative control. You get to pick one franchise. Where are you going?
Like sports franchise, or like
it could be a sports franchise. It could be I'm talking about media, entertainment. It could be sports. It could be like Star Wars, Power Rangers. It could be the Browns. Anything you want. Where are you going?
The Ninja Turtles.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like there's so much potential there, so much missed opportunity. You know, they've taken shots at things and have missed the mark every time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the best thing that they come out with was that animated thing from a few years ago, and even that was not saying a lot. You
know what I want to see? Casey Jones series. I want to see
that
what he was doing while the Turtles were messing around in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Like what brought Casey Jones to be who he was.
Right.
Do you remember? So you and I both grew up on the same Ninja Turtles. It was the 90s, early 90s live action ones, right?
Right, right.
Now, for me, when I think of Ninja Turtles in my head, that's what I picture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now, Casey Jones in that, I remember, so my brother loves Casey Jones. Like, he thinks he's so slick. But here's my question. I went back and watched that movie here recently. He was kind of a goober.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And is that normal to Casey's character, or is he usually that much of a goofball, or do you think that was just the actor?
No, I do think that he kind of embellished the goofiness, the goofy nature to him. But really, in a lot of ways, we only see Casey Jones when he's like angry hockey mask, whacking Foot Clan upside the head with a hockey stick. And so I could see him being kind of like, what kind of person would he be? And I could see that for him. But I think that if you did a Casey Jones, and that's the thing about Ninja Turtles, right, is unlike Star Wars and some of these other, where you've got a million different characters,
mm-hmm.
I think that you're dealing with a small handful that if you wanted to do a Casey Jones, single season show,
like a Daredevil thing.
Yeah, it could be like really dark and gritty, and it could be really cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be awesome, especially if you did. Like, I honestly think the Ninja Turtles work best when they are set in like the 1980s and the 90s.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
Like that they just sort of, not only did they define that era, but they fit it culturally so well.
Right.
Especially with like, the fact that they were just teenagers at that time, the way they order pizza. You know what I mean?
Well, and to that point, why are we trying to take the Ninja Turtles. We've got so many shows that do a great job as period piece type of shows.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we trying to take the Ninja Turtles and force them into today's day and age?
Right. Do the Stranger Things thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? 90 kids who were born in the 90s all the way up to the late 90s are almost 30 now.
And Donatello, even from like a tech standpoint, what was cool about the fact that he had these turtle communication devices, which were basically FaceTiming, and he had developed like digital technology in an analog era.
He was so sick.
That's what made it stand out. And you know, we now are trying to your point, like force them into the modern age. I even go as far as to say, and you and I have talked about this, I have like a whole origin story, and it all times up with when they came into being and why they came into being was related to like what was going on in the world. And two, where did they go? Why did they poof away? You know, because they at some point in time, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stopped being teenagers, and what does that look like?
Yeah.
There's that funny meme that's out there like, you know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or it's Middle-Aged Mutant Ninja Turtles. One of them has cancer but doesn't know it. I mean, it's really bad. But the point is that, like, they're older.
Yeah.
They've gained a bunch of weight. You know, they're out of shape and things like that. But, yeah, man, I that's my problem with a lot of these types of things is if we want to create a new age, come up with something new. Like,
I agree.
Let the Ninja Turtles or keep them in their era and, you know, give us what it could be with today's technology and the digital. You know, they don't need to be 8 foot tall. Just make the original looking and feeling version of them even better.
Yeah.
And tell more of the story. Tell more of the Casey Jones. Tell more of the, you know, that old 90s gritty New York.
Like, make Splinter gross. You know what I mean? Like, make it interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I look back at some of the old shows, too, and New York City pre 9/11, when you're talking about, like, the way that the city was in the 90s.
Like Times Square had like all of like the creepy theaters across. It wasn't like this beautiful immaculate place.
Yeah.
You know? And it really, and I think that works for them because they literally come out of, the reason the Turtles exist is because mutant slime was tossed in a sewer.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's where we are in New York City, where
Right.
where someone was like, well, I don't need that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, show me that, you know? I was so disappointed when they canceled the Ronin thing. Like, that was, honestly, I think that was a bullet to the foot for them.
The problem with the Ronin thing, I think, is that they haven't set it up correctly. Like, they haven't told the stories to take us there. And I am all for eventually telling the Ronin story, but to me, the 3 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the third one's not very good.
Yeah.
The first 2 are pretty good. But go back, and we've only dealt with like one really big character from a bad guy standpoint in Shredder. You know, you didn't really have many of the bad guys that were shown in the TV show.
Did you ever
Cartoon.
see the crossover of Batman and Ninja Turtles?
Yes. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now imagine we do a live action of that. Dog.
Yeah.
I would that should be on HBO Max. You know what I mean? A live action, and not even canon, just for fun. Do a small side story on that. All these franchises nowadays are so obsessed with like their own internal lore and canon and everything that they can't experiment.
Yeah.
You know, where you're so reliant and you're so invested. And now, as someone who is pretty neurodivergent, I appreciate that. I do. I really like the fact that you've got some people in there who really pay attention to the lore and that kind of thing. My point being, I don't think it should be used at the expense of the story. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And here's the other thing. Stories change based on who's telling them anyway. You
Right.
know what I mean? Slight changes for a better story, in my opinion, I'm all about. You know what I mean?
Well, and I'm okay with it's tough because I do like when they stick to like the lore that built them, but there are still a lot of questions. Like even the whole sludge and the origination of the chemical that what is it, TGRI or whatever the company was that created them and things like that. There's a lot of questions as to the why. Like, why was that going on that weren't answered or weren't answered well, that I think could be gone back and looked at and redone and things like that. But to your point, it wouldn't change the core of the story. We're talking about some ancillary things that it's like, oh, you know what? We've had 30 years to think about a better way on this. What if it looked more like this? Or what if they discovered that it was more like this?
Here's my official pitch to Paramount Plus. A limited Casey Jones series for one season that could be picked up again after, but for just one season, where he investigates why toxic sludge was being found in the sewers, and he uncovers where it comes from and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see that, like the origins of Casey Jones, like what brought him to be the creep that he is.
Right.
In the best way.
Well, and even the original Ninja Turtles, where Raphael just like by chance runs into another crime fighter, that to me seemed wholly unbelievable. They were both doing the same thing, but didn't know the other one really existed in a huge city of millions of people.
8 million people in the city,
Right.
and 2 of you are fighting crime the same way, and you both run into each other.
Right.
That's a jump.
So what's always the thought with like Spider-Man and Batman and anybody who is a vigilante is, okay, are they the bad guy? Are they the good guy? They're a menace. And so what I could have seen happen is Casey Jones is doing his own thing on one part of the city. The Ninja Turtles are doing their own thing on the other part of the city. And they are all of a sudden like, who is that? What is going on over here?
Mm-hmm.
We gotta, and they direct their attention at one another kind of inadvertently, and they find each other. Like the Ninja Turtles go after Casey Jones, and Casey Jones goes after, thinking that they're bad guys, and when they finally come to blows, they figure out who they actually are and what they stand for. But that would be way more believable than just, Raphael went out for a movie in a trench coat and ran into this dude.
One of the best cinematic moments in movie history. Look like a big turtle in a trench coat.
What is this? A Jose Canseco bet? Tell me you didn't pay money for this.
Oh my God!
I freaking love those movies.
That makes me happy. How you were like, as soon as you said it, like I just saw it in my head. That was so legit. Oh dear. All right. Well, thank you all for hopping in this afternoon. Joe Abraham, thank you for babysitting me this afternoon. I appreciate you, my friend. We will be back with more of both of us tomorrow morning on the starting lineup. ESPN Radio Winchester 1340 1069. Stay tuned for more coming up after this. I'll see y'all same place, same time tomorrow.
Struggling with stiffness or reduced function in your thumb? Thumb osteoarthritis can interfere with daily activities when conservative treatments fall short. Transarterial embolization is a non-surgical outpatient procedure designed to reduce inflammation in the thumb joint. Recovery is typically quick and no major surgery is involved. To learn more about transarterial embolization, contact Southern Tennessee Cardiology and Vein Center or visit southtncardio.com.
Daisy's Used Auto Sales proudly congratulates the graduating seniors of Franklin County High School class of 2026. This marks an incredible achievement and the beginning of an exciting new journey for you. Your hard work, determination, and perseverance have brought you to this milestone, and your community is proud of all you've accomplished. As you move forward towards new opportunities and adventures, keep working hard and believing in yourself. Congratulations to the Franklin County seniors from everyone at Daisy's Used Auto Sales.
Mirage Pools and Spas is proud to honor the class of 2026 across Franklin County. Graduation is more than a ceremony. It's a celebration of your hard work, your resilience, and your journey to this point. Each of you has a unique path ahead, and the possibilities are endless. As you take that next step, carry with you the pride of your accomplishments and the support of your hometown. Congratulations, seniors, and the best of luck from Mirage Pools and Spas in Winchester.
It's time for a local news break from the 931 Go News Center.
In a partnership with the Franklin County Sheriff's Office, the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency is asking for the public's help identifying 3 individuals connected to an incident at Bear Hollow Mountain Wildlife Management Area. According to authorities, the 3 individuals were involved in an incident near Turnpike Road, and video footage of them was captured on trail cameras within the wildlife management area. Officials have not released specific details about the nature of the incident at this time. Still pictures of the individuals can be viewed on the Franklin County Sheriff's Office Facebook page. Anyone who recognizes the individuals or who has information about their identities is asked to contact the Franklin County Consolidated Dispatch Center and request to speak with TWRA Officer Matthew Stevenson. In other law enforcement news, a woman wanted in Ohio on heroin-related charges was arrested this week in Nashville after authorities say she'd been living in Tennessee under a false identity. According to the U.S. Marshals Service, 36-year-old Rashonda Williams was wanted in Scottsdale County, Ohio, for failing to appear in court on charges related to heroin possession and trafficking. The arrest warrant was issued in February of 2022. Investigators with the U.S. Marshals Middle Tennessee Fugitive Task Force received information from the Northern District of Ohio and determined Williams had been living in Clarksville under the alias Brittany Gibson. Task Force members located and arrested Williams without incident around 8:30 a.m. Tuesday at a business on Dickerson Pike in Nashville. She was booked into the Davidson County Sheriff's Office jail and is currently waiting extradition back to Ohio. Authorities say the case highlights the continued cooperation between state and federal agencies in tracking and apprehending fugitives across state lines. For more details on these stories and more, visit 931go.com. Stay informed and stay connected to your community with ESPN Radio Winchester.
When it comes to caring for your loved ones, choose a name you can trust. Inhabit Home Health in Winchester, located at 2068 Cowan Highway. We're here to provide compassionate professional care right in the comfort of your own home. From skilled nursing to therapy services, our team is dedicated to helping you or your loved ones achieve the best quality of life. Call Inhabit Home Health today at 931-967-0633 to learn more about our personalized care plans.
It's now time for your obituaries on ESPN Radio Winchester, courtesy of Moore Courtner Funeral Home.
Moore Courtner Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements for Dr. J. Lynn Williams, age 68 of Winchester. Lynn is survived by her life companion Betty Pinkerton and Betty's children Neely Anderson and Jenna Dost. A visitation will be held from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Friday, May 29th at Moore Courtner Funeral Home. A funeral service with Holy Communion will be held at 2 p.m. on Saturday, May 30th at Trinity Episcopal Church with a reception to follow in the parish hall. Moore Courtner Funeral Home is in charge of those arrangements. We'd like to take a moment to talk about something that can truly make a lasting difference for families.
You're listening to ESPN Radio 1340 AM WCDT and 106.9 FM W295 AV Winchester, serving Franklin County for over 75 years.
Join us live every weekday morning at 6:45 for your Ultimate Health with Dr. Brad Shapiro from Ultimate Health Chiropractic. Enjoy today's segment with Dr. Brad right here on ESPN Radio Winchester.
Now time for your Ultimate Health with Dr. Brad Shapiro from Ultimate Health Chiropractic.
Good morning, Doc. How are you this morning?
I am doing great, my friend. How are you?
I'm fine. All right, I wanted to ask you about some health myths in particular. And one of these ones was I keep watching this thing online where they say if you see these like long, lines on your fingernail, that it's a early signs of cancer. Or if you have these sharp chest pains, it's how you know you're about to have a heart attack. And I hear a lot of these things online all the time, and I fear that some people may see this and take it to heart. And I was sort of asking this morning because we talk about a lot of things on this show. You're sort of a wellspring of information, and I was wanting to remind people that extends to them as well. Like if they have questions, they can set up an appointment and ask you, things about nutrition and health and stuff like that. And outside of the free consultation that people can come and get as well, but they can set up an appointment for not just their back, but really any part of their health in general. Like we mentioned before, a lot of people don't know you actually can work as a general practitioner as well, right?
Yes, I mean, chiropractors, by definition, we're classified as primary care physicians. So it's honestly just who we are. We're primary care physicians as chiropractors. And so for a lot of our patients, they take advantage of that. And a lot of it is working through, myths. And, some of the things that are becoming more popular now, like vitamin D, like them revising the food pyramid,